If you're a man who constantly feels like you just don't know what the rules are you should be living by to make the marriage you're in actually work, well, this video's for you. I'm Ryan Ginn, and I've been working with men and couples for over 15 years, helping them transform their relationships. Over the years working with countless men trying to navigate their marriages, I've come to realize that most men enter into marriage and stay in the marriage without actually knowing what unconscious rules they're living by. See, men grow up naturally modeling after their father in terms of like how do you do husband, how do you do father, and these models then guide their behavior as they evolve with their wife. This leaves the man very frustrated, confused, because he's putting a lot of effort and it's not paying off. He's getting frequent feedback that how he's showing up is inadequate. A big one that many men bring into marriage is, if I show up financially, if I'm a provider, then you should just be happy. Or better yet, you should provide me affection and praise and no grief. This is this old school way of thinking, right? Like, hey, I'm busting my ass out there, working, sometimes 7 to 7. I come home and I'm exhausted. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about how challenging your day was with the kids or at your work. I just want to zone out and recharge because I got another big day ahead of me. So they come into marriage with this kind of covert agreement that sets them up for dysfunction. Their wife has a lot more expectation than you're just going to provide, and I'm just going to be happy with that. So what does it look like for a man to start actually reconsidering what are the guiding rules of his marriage? The first step is to actually reframe it from rules to principles, and to reframe it from something that I unilaterally create, and either through my own conditioning from my own childhood and family system, and into something that is collaborative and co-created with your wife. It's kind of wild to think that most men, certainly that I've worked with over the years, have not actually had that conversation with their wife. They haven't actually said, what are our principles? What are the agreements that we have that express those principles? They just think, and this leads to another rule, it should just work out if we love each other. This is something men are guilty of, women are guilty of, this kind of Disney version of relationship that if the love is strong enough, if we're meant to be together, it shouldn't require long, arduous, periodic conversations about what our goals are as a couple, what principles and agreements we need to put into place so that we function better as a couple, as a family. We should just get along and care for each other and love for each other and be attuned to one another, and that's the deal, right? And that gets couples and men into a lot of trouble. They start questioning the marriage. They start to not put their attention towards what kind of leadership can I bring to bear on this relationship. They start going into, are we a fit? Are we capable? We seem to be just arguing so much, and we seem to have different ideas about what this marriage is. Yeah, you do. You're different people with different backgrounds and different genders and different. There's a lot of difference at play that lead to being really in a different idea about what this marriage is and where it's going. So my biggest point here today is about encouraging the conscious and deliberate development of principles and agreements about what your marriage is. Because without that, it will devolve into something that's every person for themselves. Individual survival, because that is the human predilection, right? If you don't feel like the other is really looking out for you and really incorporating what you want and what you need, you will go to, in this case, your wife will go to just surviving and protection. So what is an example of a principle that you could institute or you could propose? We show up for each other in moments of distress. Why do you need to institute a principle like this? Because periodically, you're not going to feel like doing that. You're going to feel like it's a burden. It's getting in the way of what you want to be doing in the moment. And they will feel validly abandoned, uncared for, and you will have a fight or at least distance and loss of trust. You have to guard against that part of you that is going to want to look out for number one, save your energy and not have to tend to your wife when she's having a difficult time with something, and tend to her like with a lot of care and a lot of presence. If you could just take a moment to reflect how you went into your marriage or your partnership. Likely, it was with some notion that, well, when we fell in love, I felt I'll do anything for you, right? You were on drugs. You were infatuated with this person. And then that tapered off, and you still thought, well, we love each other, and people get married, right, when they love each other. That's usually what I hear. I mean, as the background thought process. And so what I'm inviting today is the formation of something much more reliable in terms of maintaining a marriage that is not characterized by periodic rupture. And the only way to ensure that is to put into place principles and agreements to guard against your inevitable, your human tendency to disregard your wife. So if this video was helpful, if it answered some nagging questions for you in your relationship, please share it and subscribe to the channel. And please check out our programs. There's a free one that you can learn all sorts of important stuff about how to navigate long-term relationships. It's in the links below.